a ton of questions on Instagram. Sorry that it took so long. Time management issues. Will explain everything in the video. Enjoy and thank you. Hello guys and welcome to Seahorse speed up video. Yay! Finally! It's here. Okay. I'm quite excited. Sorry that you have to wait so long. I have time management issues. They are huge and I will confess that at the beginning. And I can tell you already, because it's my third, fourth, fifth, one of the next approaches to this voiceover, I will talk a lot and I will ramble. If you are new here, that's how I roll. I ramble a lot, I mispronounce words, and usually I just talk a lot about different stuff and have strong opinions. Okay, with that being said, let's move on. So this video is part of the awesome thing of the weekly YouTube helps that I have been doing with really amazing crew, and we have a really strong crew, both creators and people in the comment section. We are all super positive and super awesome, and we just want to hang out and go through this madness that is going on the world with the positive and creative attitude. And one of the themes was under the sea, and I saw in one of the cheap stores, it's like dollar store for those who are in United States, for everyone else, where you can buy not the best quality stuff and items for the really cheap price. So yeah, I bought this seahorse, and my thought was like, I will just change his face a little bit, because it was silly and I wanted something more serious, more seahorsey, and we end up with doing like horse sculpture. It took over 10 hours footage. I was doing that for 5 days. You can see that my nails would change in the meantime, and yeah, my head often got into frame because I'm not used to filming those weird videos with not the layout that is just lying on my desk. So sorry for that. I know that footage is not the best, but I know that a lot of you are waiting for that video, and that's why it took so long. It was so hard to make a decent video from it so you can see the process. Basically, I bought the wooden base of Silly Seahorse. It costed like €2 or something like that. I loved it because it was quite big and it had sand and it was fitting to the theme that it's not my strongest theme ever. It's under the sea, and yeah, I have the under the sea. Under the sea, honey's butter down when it's wetter, take it from me theme in the head all the time, and the Little Mermaid theme with that song. Oh my god. And by the way, I just gave you a earworm. You're welcome. So I wanted to do something awesome. When I started to redoing his face, I thought that, oh my god, it could be such a cool project. And when I saw that it started to turn into this dragon / steampunk weird creature, I just went with it. I will make another one because I already see so many things that I could do different. The eyes are from the tiger. It's also a cheap store. I bought it during the Halloween. Those are just kid stickers. I paid like €1 for 10 of them, something like that. So nothing that goes on this project is like extremely expensive. I really like to reuse and to use cheap stuff and make them look nice. If I would have more time, because I didn't have enough time, I would smooth it out even more. Because what I'm doing, I'm just adding the clay. I'm using Krell Dew and Dry clay. I'm sticking it with the white glue to this wooden base, and then I'm just smoothing it with different tools. I would go so far as sanding it and going with the thin coat as well. All the cracks and all imperfections, I'm cleaning with the paste that you can see on the screen in the lid of the jar. Basically, it's the same clay mixed with water and white glue, so it's it's have more pasty texture. I think you could use texture paste easily for that. And I'm just adding the clay to my project in the areas that I want to be resin. The easiest to explain are ribs. You just put a chunk of clay and then you smooth the edges to have this nice spiky rib all around his belly and tail area. For all steampunk parts, I use a mix of Snipart chipboards and some resin prints from my molds. And I'm using white fast curing resin because I have no time to wait for resin to cure. And Snipart chipboards are my favorite. I would go as far as using MDFs, but I was afraid that it will be too thick and too bulky and too heavy. So all the sculpting took me ages because some parts had to be dry for me to build on top of them, and I think that I will revisit this project. Like I said, I already bought another horse. The thing is that I used like whole packet of clay. It's like half of the kilo of clay on top of the really cheap base. So at some point I had to remove my horse from the stand and put it back together because it started to be really wonky. And again, my head is going into the frame all the time. I'm assembling all the pieces and I'm painting them black because I really like how the metallic will pop on top of that. With all the painting, with all the details, I will link down below the live stream where I explained in detail how do I like to paint items like that, how I like to do my shading. Basically, I'm going back and forward with the with light and dark paints. I like thick opaque paints and I like to use them with the dry brush because it's just the thing that I like to do and I know how to do. I know it's not realistic, but I'm happy with that result. I definitely should practice both shading, painting and realistic effect and how to lay your shades. For this one, I just went with the basic rule. Everything that it's a deep, that it's a hole, will be dark. Everything that it's a point, all the raised areas will be light. And a lot of brushes and a lot of time spent it on this one, and I'm so happy with the result. For adding more variety to my colors, I use waxes, and I use Opal Magic waxes and regular waxes from Finabar. I love them. For metallic paints parts, I use PBO gilding wax and Opal Magic rose gold acrylic paint, and I'm so digging the Opal Magics on the light surfaces. It's hard to see in video. You kind of see where my colors turn more purplish or darker, but it's so hard to catch on camera. In the real life, it gives you this mermaidy unicorn glow, and it's so visible in real life. It's so hard to catch on camera, on the photo. I did the pictures a few times and they still do not show how it looks in the real life, and I have no idea how to make it better. I will try, but yeah, for now it have to be enough. And also I realized that it's hard to see what I'm doing, but again, not used to filming in that setup. It's all still learning curve, and I hope that you will bear with me. Maybe one day I will be an expert on filming metallic effects, and I hope you will stay till then. Okay, so as I said, back and forward for the grunginess and for this darker shading, I use patina umbra from Stamperia. Since then I know that it's the last coat on your project, or almost last coat, because it's oil based and nothing will stick to it. We did the stream with the hat. There will be a picture of the seahorse in the hat just because I could and it looked cool, but the hat was a struggle because I used the patina umbra as one of the first steps and nothing wanted to stick, and I had to sew the whole project. For metallic paints parts, again, Finnabar metallic waxes and Pebeo gilding wax for the pop. For this gold pop, I used rose gold paint from Art Alchemy. I have to find the sparks in the similar shade because it's just something very cool about adding this metallic effect, and I went with the metallic all over because I thought that, yeah, it's not realistic anyway, so I can just add it as the highlight. Okay, if you are still here, I will just tell you that you will see the process on fast forward black and white photos, how stage by stage I added my clay. I did the best that I could with this video and with the footage that I have to explain how I did it. I hope you had fun. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, concerns, just comment, tag me in the comment, then I will see it for sure. And that's it for today. I hope that YouTube will recommend you some other videos from me, and yeah, see you soon. This week a lot of content is coming because I had a lot of video filmed and edited. I just need to do the voiceover, and again, time management issues. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice and creative day, and see you in the next one. Bye.